If you're over 50 and you currently feel behind on your retirement, you are, in fact, millions of people are quietly feeling the exact same way right now. They worked hard. They showed up every day to their job. They sacrificed family time for their job. They tried to do everything right financially. But when they take a look at their retirement numbers, they feel very uncertain. And if that sounds familiar, this video is definitely for you. My name is Kim, 53 years old, and once again, I recently experienced something that forced me to rethink everything I believed about financial security. I got laid off from my job, second time in 10 years. Now, layoffs happen every single day, but what surprised me the most wasn't necessarily the layoff, it was the realization that came afterwards. Because suddenly I had to take a look at my financial future more honestly because I'm a little older, right? But before we go any further, I want to ask you something honestly. Do you ever worry that you may have to work longer than what you expected? Comment yes if that thought has crossed your mind. Or comment not really if you feel like you don't have to worry about it. And if that's you, go. That's great. Because I'm curious how many people, like what side of the fence are people really on? And if you're over 40 and you want to learn how people are building a backup income stream online without having to leave your house, definitely subscribe to my channel. And if you want the free blueprint that explains how online income works, a simple way for people over 40 and 50 can understand, check out the link in the description below. Now let's talk about something that many people over 50 are quietly dealing with. A lot of people in their 50s look at retirement and feel like it's not what they expected. There's uncertainty, there's panic because the financial world has changed. Things are getting more expensive and they have been. And the retirement plan many of us expected growing up, like our parents did, looked completely different than what they did. And so let me know in the comments what age you expected to retire, or at least you hoped. Was it 50s, 55, 60, 65, 70? Because I'm curious what people think. I know for me personally, I entered the corporate world and got my first real job when I was 25. And that's actually the exact age that my stepdad was when he decided to retire at the age of 52. So when I started working at 25, I said, you know what? I want to be his age when I retire. But then I didn't have what he had. I didn't have the pension plan. And now all of a sudden I had, every single year I had medical bills piling up between cancer, heart attack, multiple surgeries between myself and my husband. That obviously took a lot of chunk of money. Getting laid off twice for me, once for my husband, and taking years to be able to build up to that salary than what we were used to. And for me, the wake-up call was the day I received an email from our CEO of the company simply explaining that layoffs were coming, and they also said if you receive a second email, your job might be affected. A few minutes later, I get that invite in my email, and that moment made me realize something. My entire financial security depended on that one paycheck. Now, if you're watching this video, chances are you probably did everything right. You worked hard, you showed up, you tried to save what you could, but the retirement math just isn't adding up. Because here's the thing, we're not the only ones that feel like this. So we have choices, right? We can obviously do nothing and work for the rest of our lives, or we can do something. That something could be another part-time job, starting your own business, doing side hustles, just to bring in an additional income stream. And I've checked out everything. But here's the thing, I didn't want anything too risky. Like I didn't want any risky investments or any get-rich-quick schemes, or I just wanted a way to create an additional income stream. But here's the thing. I thought about getting a second job, especially after the layoff, to make up for the money that I wasn't working for a couple months. But here's the thing. I didn't want a second boss. I didn't want to have to ask permission a second time when I wanted to go on vacation. So looking for that second job just didn't make sense for me and for what I wanted. Then there were side hustles. Side hustles are great. You can do Instacart or Uber or Spark, or there's a whole slew of them, right? You drive your car, you either drive people or you drive things to people's houses, right? But you know what? I didn't want to leave my house. I didn't want all those miles to go on my car. And then there was online. The internet itself is creating millionaires every single day. And what I used to believe was people were in their 20s. If you wanted to be successful online, you had to be in your 20s or 30s. You had to be young. You had to be an influencer. You had to be a celebrity or be famous. But the cool thing is, you don't need to be any of that. You can literally start from 0 followers. And in fact, of course, if you're new to social media, of course, that's where you're going to follow, where you're going to start, right? You're going to start from nothing. A lot of these people are just regular people. Many of them over 40, 50, 60 years old. People are learning how to sell items online, specifically digital products. Think about it this way. How many colleges offer online bachelor's degrees or master's degree? You can literally get a degree from a college even though you live thousands of miles away. It blows my mind. So the digital education world is exploding because of the pandemic. And what's really cool is, and it's simple, is once you know what you want to sell, people are using social media to attract their customers to them. Social media is free. Long gone are the days that you have to pay for advertising if you want to sell something. So you don't have to bug your friends and family. You don't have to cold call people. People are literally building their businesses from their cell phones, which is mind-blowing to me. And once I started to research this space, I realized that people have been doing this for years. While I was entirely dependent upon my paycheck, there were people my age, even older, making $100 a day, $500 a day, $1,000 a day, several $1,000s a day. And I was like, what is this? I need to check this out. Some people were even making enough to replace their full-time income. So if you could build a second income stream from your phone, would that interest you? And I know that sounds far-fetched, but it's the reality in 2026. People are doing it every single day. But here's where people mess up, is they try to figure out things on their own. They watch a million YouTube videos and try to piece everything together. And if you don't have the knowledge in this industry, it's going to be virtually impossible for you to figure out everything that you need to do by yourself. That and the fact that it's going to take you a ton of time. But what if I told you that there is a way that you can get started online? Everything is completely done for you. The product, the systems. And because of this, all you need to do is focus on one thing, and that is marketing. Now, I don't have a marketing degree. I've never had a career in marketing, but I know how to make sales because I followed a step-by-step blueprint that showed me exactly what I needed to do to make money online. The blueprint is simply a step-by-step system that teaches people how to build an online income using digital products and social media. So instead of trying to figure out everything on your own, the process is already mapped out step by step. So not only is the system done for you, the products are done for you too. So if you have nothing to sell, you have no idea where to start, you can sell our done for you digital products. Now you don't have to. A lot of people get into the community and then they decide, you know what, I don't want to sell the done for you digital products. I want to do my own thing because we teach you how to do that too. Your business, you decide what is best for you, which is what I love. It gives people options so they're not stuck with one thing that they have to focus on. You will receive training, mentorship, and the ability to earn a 6-figure income if that's what you want. There are people that come on that they only want to make an extra $1,000 a month. You can do that too. Or you can make an extra $10,000 a month. Working full-time, my best month was making $4,200 in a single month. That was enough for my mortgage and my 2 car payments. That was more than enough. So if this video has resonated with you, I want you to do 2 things. First, subscribe to this channel. And second, if you want to see the explanation of this blueprint, see if it is a fit for you, check out the link in the description below. And just because you might be over 50 doesn't mean that you can't change your financial future.